Welcome to a virtual program here at Reelfoot Lake State Park. My name is David. I'm the Ranger Naturalist for Tennessee State Parks and was a Ranger Naturalist here at Reelfoot for years before I moved up to the regional job. One of the things that Reelfoot Lake is known for is its bald eagles. Bald eagles have always migrated to Reelfoot. It's one of the best places in this part of the country to come and see bald eagles. And Reelfoot Lake has actually been doing eagle tours to take people out and see bald eagles since the 1970s. When I started here in 1986, one of the programs we started was a bird of prey program, and one of the things I wanted to get to utilize for bird programs was a bald eagle. At that time, bald eagles were still on the endangered species list. It's a little more complicated than it is today, but we managed to do that. And we've been doing bird of prey programs here to promote Reelfoot Lake and our natural world and the bald eagles for a long time. But today I want to introduce you to Storm. Storm is a non-releasable bald eagle. A female, her left wing was badly broken in a storm when her nest tree actually blew over. She was on the ground, was injured at the elbow. She stayed at the vet for about 4 months. He did multiple surgeries. He was not able to repair the wing where she could fly, so she has never flown. So when Storm was determined to be non-releasable, we got her back here at Reelfoot to be one of our primary education birds to let people see and learn about the eagles, the lake, and our natural world. So the storm that injured Storm was in 2014. So Storm just turned 6 years old. So for most of her time with us here at Reelfoot, she has been solid brown. It's only been in the past year and a half that her colors had changed to the adult plumage, the white head and the white tail. And if you look closely at Storm's head, you can still see the brown and black feathers mixed in with the white. So she is not a creamy white yet. In the wild, this would probably be her first year to choose a mate and lay eggs and have babies, possibly her second year. Typically between 5 and 6 years old is when they will start to mate, but sometimes even longer than that. Storm is an average size female. She weighs in at about 11 pounds, which is not near as heavy as most people expect by looking at her. An average male only weighs 8 or 9 pounds. Male and females both have the same coloration as adults, the white head and white tail. Both of them are solid brown as juvenile birds. Bald eagles come to Reelfoot Lake in large numbers because they are fishermen, and Reelfoot Lake provides a tremendous amount of fish and undisturbed habitat for the eagles to hang out in. When I started here at Reelfoot Lake in 1986, there were 0 bald eagles nesting here at the lake. We had migratory birds in the winter, but no eagles stayed here to make this their home and produce babies. We actually had our first re-nest. We had nests here in the 40s and 50s before DDT, but our first re-nest here at Reelfoot was actually in 1987 with 1 nest. By the early 90s, we had about a dozen nests. This year in the Reelfoot Lake area, it looks like we will have in the neighborhood of 40 bald eagle nests. Now, not all of those nests are successful. Each year, some of the nests that we observe, the parents go on the nest, look like they're incubating eggs, and then nothing happens. Sometimes we don't know whether the eggs didn't hatch or whether the eggs got broken, or sometimes even if the eggs may have hatched and then something happened to the babies soon after hatching. So we really keep a close watch on our eagles here at Reelfoot. We're checking the nest, checking the area, taking people out to see them. It's a great place to photograph them. Reelfoot is a great place to bring your camera as long as you have what I always call a real camera. You can't take this cell phone out and do very good eagle photography. But if you've got a 400 plus lens on your camera, zoom lens, Reelfoot is a great place to photograph eagles as well as all kinds of other birds and lots of other stuff. But Storm is a great ambassador for us here at the park. Her and I travel across the state and over the years across the Southeast to promote Tennessee State Parks, to promote Reelfoot Lake, and just to teach people about these magnificent birds. And of course, the bald eagle is our national symbol of all that's wild and free, a great symbol of the Native Americans. She usually hangs out pretty good here on my arm. just to kind of show her injury, I'm going to roll my arm, and we'll see if she'll spread her wing just a little bit. She usually does. Come on, show off. She likes to talk. She'll yell at me. So you can see the one wing extends, and then the other wing is literally locked at the elbow. It is there. It did not have to be amputated. It just doesn't move because of the severity of the injury. Storm seems to be pretty content. She definitely talks to me. We feed her real well. One of the common questions we get is, what do we feed our captive birds? And since we are here at Royalfoot Lake, and it is such a great fishing lake, this time of year, they are getting almost entirely free fish. In fact, I went fishing yesterday afternoon, and the fish that I didn't want to clean came in to feed the eagles. We also feed them other types of meat. They don't eat just fish, they eat a variety of stuff. So we try to keep their food as natural as possible. If you've never been to Royalfoot, or even if you haven't been in a while, come and visit us. Come by the visitor center, see Storm, and she actually has 2 guys in the cage with her. We're hoping one day they may choose to have young. They have not chosen to mate in captivity yet, but we've got our fingers crossed. But you can come by the center, see the birds, walk out behind the lake, behind the visitor center on the boardwalk. If you get out and drive around, we can show you on a map where some of the eagle nests are. You can see them on your own. If you really want to see a lot of eagles, you come in the winter, January and February. On a typical good cold winter, Royalfoot will have over 200 eagles to spend the winter, and people come here from all across the southeast to see the lake, to see the snow geese, to see the beauty, and especially to see our bald eagles. So thanks for spending a few minutes with me, getting a little bit of information about Storm. And when you get a chance, come out and visit us at Royalfoot Lake or any of our other 56 state parks. Have a great day.